good Irish potato that I have here now.
You are my everything, the air that I breathe, you that I need. Oh, no, 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 no. You are my everything, the air that I breathe, you that
This is the chopped Irish potato. Finish chopping it now. Chopped Irish potato. Most people start frying their onions and the potato before they put in their grounded meat. I assemble all in the pot, add a little bit of carrots, oil. This is how I do it. It will still come out very good. This is my grounded meat. This is the grounded meat. Next thing I will put is my carrots. So Irish potato. It depends on how many meat pie you want to achieve. Though this is 1 kg of flour, but I'm not going to use all. I might be taking half of it, or might not be even up to half. Then I've put my chopped potatoes. This is my preferred chopped onions, carrots, and carrots. This is how it is. So I add up as much as I want. You can still slice your carrots, you can still slice your onions, but this is the exact how you can slice your onions for this meat pie sauce. This is how you slice your onions and your carrots. Turn it together with your salt. Don't over spice it. Add a little of nutmeg. Just a little. To give it a desired color. Taste. These spices I'm mixing is optional and as desired. The quantity can be as desired as you want, considering the quantity of meat pie you're making. I'm making a little, at least about 10 or more than 10 pieces of meat pie, and this is the exact quantity I know that will be enough, or rather more than enough for 10 pieces of meat pie. So these spices I'm adding is, if you desire, considering the quantity of meat pie you're making. I've added up my salt, my nutmeg. I'm adding curry. I add my curry because I want to get the color and the taste in the meat pie sauce. So please, meat spices, specifically for meats. I'm adding it up to get that taste because there is meat here. Just a little bit. But if you don't have all of this, this is grounded Maggi. Vegetal is a vegetable Maggi. You add, remember I've added salt, I wouldn't want to overspice. You add just a little quantity, then you turn. This is my olive oil. with virgin oil. So this is what I do. I've mixed everything I want here. So this is just because I don't want to fry. What I do is I add my olive oil. I add my olive oil. And that's the quantity I want. After adding my olive oil, I turn it. This pattern, there are some who don't. You understand? To avoid the frying, this is how I mix it. And the next thing I do is add a little water. A little. I turn. This water will just see we go. It's already like already made meat pie sauce ready to be used, but it's not cooked. So I mix mine on the ground before cooking. And my cooking will not just sweat time. 15 seconds is ready to go down. So you what let me. Okay, now you just have to give it 15 seconds for it to get done. Okay, as the sauce is on fire, you have to start preparing the dough. Right now, this is my mixing bowl. Two of this is 2 cups of flour. I said I'm just going to use half of this 1 kg. Please 3 cups of flour. This 3 cups of flour right now. Now I made a mistake I listed already on my group. So I forgot to add butter. Butter is one of the essential ingredients in making meat pie. So forgetful of me. Now this is 250 grams of butter, of which 250 grams of butter should be enough for 1 kg, full 1 kg of flour. But since I'm not finishing the 1 kg of flour, I used rather half of the kg, so I'm gonna use half of this butter, which will give us just 125 grams of butter if you divide it. So I'm going to do the division and I'm using half of the butter. That's it. So you cut your butters in cubes to enable you mash it very well with your flour. Meanwhile, once you have finished putting it, sugar is optional. You can use either sugar and you can use salt. But since it's for our home use, we use sugar. And for this 3 cups of flour, I will be adding just a quarter of this cup. Some people do add liquid milk in the making of their meat pie, but I prefer powdered to enable me have the taste in the meat pie and for the meat pie not to be too crispy. And once it's too crispy, it will break. Days I will do a meat pie with a liquid milk instead of powder. But let's get this texture first. So for this half a kg of flour, I'm going to be adding just 1 full spoon of milk. You can add as much as you want as desired. Add it. You can still add flour. So you can still add salt if need be. You begin to match your butters together with the flour. Once your meat pie is able to do like that, your flour is able to, when you take it, fold it, turn and it becomes like this, means that your butter has rhymed very, very well with your flour. Once you can do a crumbs with your flour, means it has rhymed very well. Your butter has rhymed very well with your flour. The next thing to add, which is optional, you can start adding your water right now to mix your dough. You should be adding the water step by step. I had to add my 1 egg. Now let's take a look at our meat fire. Look at how it is now. Now for you to get a thick texture of this meat, you add a little flour on it. Add a little flour on it. Before the addition of flour, this is how it is. It's not thick. But since I've added the flour, I'm giving it a turn, and I'm still going to leave it on fire for about a second or two to give me a thickness that I prefer. Like this. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Wouldn't you want this type of meat on your meat pie? Look at it. We're still gonna leave it for like some seconds. So back to this. Now you make a hole in your flour. You add your egg. Just an egg. You mix it. Mix it. You mix it. The next thing to add, you add your water step by step. You add small, you stir. Add another one. You stir. Okay, our sauce is ready. Add another one. You stir. Expect your hand to be messy like mine. That's why you need a clean hands and a clean surface to match your dough, because that's what I'm gonna do now. You see, I was adding my water a little by little so that I don't overmix it with water. Now the surface I'm gonna use, I had to apply a little flour on it on the surface so that my dough doesn't stick on it. I have to transfer my dough to the surface.
You are my everything. Anytime that I see your face, I'm shining close up. Anyhow, when you like Mickey B, I go date you non-stop.
Okay, this is the dough. That's how the dough came out.
What a killing the boys them. What a cheesy walk.
This is the dough. That's the meat pie dough. That's the dough. And we're gonna leave it for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes or thereabouts to rest a while before I start cutting the meat pie. Okay guys, it's already 10 minutes. We left our dough to cool off. You can also put it in the fridge, optional, for it to cool off. When you have a cold atmosphere, you can leave it in the table you rolled your dough on. Anywhere, so far as the place is not hot. It has cooled off. And this is the other remaining egg of mine. One egg. I've opened it. And I've stirred it. It's for egg wash. After you finish rolling the meat pie, ready to put it in the oven. That's when we use this. Then I have my rolling stick. I have my cutting knife. I have my face. The meat pie. Now, this is my oven pan for the meat pie. I'm not just going to lay the meat pie on the plain oven like this without putting a baking sheet so that the meat pie doesn't stick on the pan. But once your meat pie sticks on the pan, when it's done and you want to remove it, it may burn. If necessary, it will burn, and it will be sticky. The burnt ones will stick on the pan and leaving your meat pie messy a little bit. So all I have to do now is place a baking sheet. Place a baking sheet on it. On a foil, you can still use foil. But foil is aluminium, the pan itself is aluminium, so I would suggest you get a baking sheet. But when there is no baking sheet, you can as well use a foil and apply oil or butter on it so that it doesn't stick. You apply oil on the surface of my pan to enable the baking sheets to stick. Please have a closer look of what I'm doing. Okay. Now the pan is ready to place your meat pie on it. Remember, this is our meat pie sauce. It's ready to be filled in. Meat pie filler, meat pie sauce, all genre. Okay? Now you can have a meat pie cutter at home. You can as well buy it. For those of you that would want to do a commercial meat pie for sale, you can as well buy a meat pie cutter. But this, my small plate here, I use it to cut my meat pie. So please watch. Okay, this is the dough. And it is ready. Into 4 places. Are you ready to roll? If you're chopping the surface you use to roll your dough is a little dry and your dough might stick. That is why my flour is still here. You just sprinkle a little bit of flour. Don't make it too much. Use your hands, your palm, to spread it evenly. Then you roll. Okay, this is my cutter, my improvised plates for meat pie cutter. I cut, I raise, I place it another way, another place, my main dish. I cut and I raise my plates. Now you pull the remaining out from the cut ones. You fold it again because I'm going to still roll and cut. You fold it, you keep. Then you fill these ones. Don't overfill it so that it will be able to close. When you have these sizes, you don't overfill. So that it will be able to close and wrap very well without opening, because once you don't fold it very well, once it enters the oven, you use your fingers to make it to lap, to seal up the mouth, seal it up. Same applies to this one. You seal it up, you seal it up. Look at it, it's sealed. The mouths are sealed. Look at it. You seal it up. You seal it up. It's sealed. It's sealed. Then you get your fork to design the edges. To design it. Place it in your oven. This is it. This is it. It's sealed. It can't open. You place it on your oven. On your pan. Sorry, my head. You place it on your pan. You take the remaining one. You roll. You roll it, you place your plate on it, and you cut. You bring out the remaining ones, you add it to another one that you're going to roll. After filling up this one, you fill. Remember, don't overfill it. You use your fingers to seal the edges up so that it doesn't open. You use your fork. That's it. Use your fingers. You seal it up. You seal it up. It's sealed. It's sealed. You use your fork to give it a design. This is optional too. That's my meat pie. That's it. Place it on your oven. You repeat the same process until you must have filled the whole of your doughs. My doughs are remaining three. Sorry, I have no one to video for me, so I'm trying my best to make sure I get every details. So it's mandatory you repeat the same process until you must have filled the whole of the dough and place them in your pan. Okay guys, at this level now, this is the remaining of my meat pie filling that is remaining. I have to put this in the refrigerator. I can still use it anytime. Now this is my egg for my egg wash. So what I do first is open up the meat pie. It's necessary to do this so that this big one is the last of my dough. So cutting it equally with the rest will it will still remain a little one that I will not have anything to do with, so I had to roll it up so that it's big. I think my husband will eat this. So this is what egg wash is. You wash your meat pie, you grease it with egg, to give you a golden brown. Once it's ready, already my oven is on preheat. I'm heating up my oven already. So after this, I'll put the meat pie in. I think I've done every of it. Okay, it's not time for me to put it in the oven. The oven is on preheat already. So you take the meat pie, you place it in the oven, set it a little hole. I put it between 2 and 1. My oven is not automatic, so I just time it. When I put it here, I time at least 30 to 35 minutes. The meat pie should be ready. Okay, this is what our meat pie looks like. That is it. Very solid. That's our meat pie. Very solid. That's our meat pie. Yummy. That's our meat pie. Yay. How to make this? Try it at home. Do it for your kids, for your family. You can use it for breakfast, lunch, before you go to work. Try it at home. It's homemade. Put anything you want to put in it. Sometimes it will come out like this. So guys, that is our go try it at home. I'll upload it on YouTube right away, and I will still put down all the ingredients I used, just as I used them. Thank you and continue watching. get
baby, I go dey
notified,
there
sorry,
non-stop,
English, to get
non-stop.
notified
And I'm a
anytime
susu no
I
you
drop
go.
a new video.
Eje go mo bodo you